On February of 1884, the Ohio River saw one of the highest floods in the history of the state. This was due to the geologic and topographic setting and immense rainfall that was occurring at the time. The water rose statewide, and other states were affected as well. With water reaching up to 71.1 feet, this is one of the largest floods in history.
As expected, heavy rain over the Ohio River created major problems along the river. End result, more than half of Ashland was submerged as the river left its bank. It was reported that the Ohio River in Parkersburg, West Virginia, reached 54 feet, about 34 feet above its normal and natural state. The Ohio River crested in Cincinnati at 71.1 feet on February 14th. Displayed in the image below is the effects of the nearby town that was completely forced underwater due to the high levels of water. If a flood of this magnitude was to occur again, it could affect people approximately 30 miles or more away from the river and leave them homeless for many months to come.
The Ohio River's drainage basin covers 189,422 square feet and goes into 14 states. The major cities it runs through include Pittsburgh, Columbus, Cincinnati, Louisville, Indianapolis, and Nashville. The Ohio River's water basin has some problems in it as well. The basin has effluent from wastewater treatment plants, stormwater overflows, acid mine drainage, horticultural and forest lands runoff, sedimentation, toxic pollutants, problems from oil and gas recovery bins, reservoir sedimentation, groundwater pollution, and drinking water contamination. Some human effects of the flood of the Ohio River in 1884 were that hundreds of people were forced to leave their homes due to the high water levels. According to a rescue worker, farmers lost horses and cattle, nearly all their grain and feed, and all the fencing. Merchants and manufacturers lost stocks, and mechanics were thrown out of employment. Coal mines and salt mines were flooded, and everything was desolate. Excessive rainfall caused landslides across the region, which then caused railroad closings and road closings.
In conclusion, this river can be seen as a resource or a system depleting resources. Surprisingly, the Ohio River's geologic and topographic settings were vastly changed since this flood. Surrounding the river, there is a significant amount of evidence in the deposits that indicate glacial flooding, which is likely to occur again. This flood directly affected humans more than it affected the land surrounding the river. Houses were destroyed and carried away by the flood's current. The land experienced landslides due to the great amount of rainfall. Ohio's drainage basin spreads across 189,422 square feet and runs through 6 major cities, including 14 states and several regions. The flood of the Ohio River was caused by several factors that happened to all occur at once. However, the main cause was the intense 3-day straight rainfall, which caused river's water levels to rise to one of the highest levels in its history. If a flood of this magnitude was to occur again, it could possibly affect people 30 miles or more away from the river. The rising of the global climate has led to more frequent flooding. Although flooding is a natural hazard, there are precautions that can be taken in order to reduce the loss of life, such as evacuation, along with many other safety precautions. All in all, the flooding of the Ohio River in 1844 was an important event in forwarding the study of how floods can affect such a large amount of land.